Hi, this is Coralla at CorallaFicklin.com and WelcomeNetwork.com, and this is the fourth, yes, I think the fourth video that I'm doing on the history of the English language, but looking at the history of the English language by looking at the irregular verbs that came into English prior to 900, okay? And this is the time when English is basically a Germanic language, almost purely 99.9% a Germanic language. You might have touches of French, maybe French, well, not really, maybe touches of Latin, okay? And that's because of the missionaries who would go to England in order to try to Christianize the people, okay? But basically you're talking about a Germanic language. And those verbs, and these are almost, you'll see that these are some of the most important irregular verbs in the English language. And I stopped by saying that I was not going to do the verb to say, because the verb to say can be very confusing. So there's two verbs in English which sometimes are not translated well or not understood well. In Spanish it would be decir for the both of them, okay? Te digo buenos días, te digo, okay, yeah. Digo buenos días, te digo buenos días, right. So, yeah, it's, I do that sometimes in order to get it in my head, to hear it, to see if it sounds right or not. Okay. Both of these verbs came into the English language before 900, so they're both very important verbs. I'm talking about the verb to say, S-A-Y, and the verb to tell, T-E-L-L. They basically mean the same thing, but it's all according what you're saying. So, you say something to someone. You say something to someone versus you tell someone something. I'll say that again. You say something to someone. And notice I have two. So you say something to someone and you tell someone, no two, you tell someone something. Let me just give you an example. I think that would be much easier and much more understandable, much more comprehensible. You can understand it a little bit better. I say good morning to my teacher every day. So what do I say? I don't say to my teacher good morning. I say, now that's something, la cosa que digo. What do I say? I say good morning. I say good night. I say I hate you, which is not a nice thing to say. I say good day. Isn't that what the Australians say? Good day. But I say something. So I say good morning. Now you don't have to say to whom. You know, you don't have to say, I say good morning to my teacher, unless you want me to know to whom you say good morning. And you know, this is the way I see it. What is more important? When you're telling me this, what's more important? What you say, good morning, good night, I hate you, you're my best friend, I love you, or is it more important to whom you say it? I tell John, I tell my mother, I tell the teacher, I tell everyone. Not so much when you use tell. What's important is not so much what you say, but to whom you say it. or to whom you tell it. I should say. So if it's important what I say, then you use say. I say good morning to everybody. I say that, it's not true. That's what I say. I don't tell it's not true. I say it's not true. Okay? So there, what I say is important. I told John. Now, you don't have to necessarily tell me what you told John. Maybe because of the conversation we've had before, it's already understood. But I told John. Now, if you want to, you can say, I told John good morning. But what's important is not the good morning, is that you told John. So here's the rule again. You say something, if you want to, if you choose, to someone. But that to someone is not necessary, because you can just say what you say, what you said. Or I tell someone, and if you choose to let me know what you tell, what you said, I tell someone something. But with tell, you do not use the preposition to. So I told John not to good morning or not to good night, but I told John what? Good morning. But I said good morning to John. So one's with the say with the preposition, tell no preposition. Okay. So that's a verb to say. So it's said, say, to say, said, past participle, said. Okay, to see. To see, saw, seen. Okay. To sell, sold, sold. These are all verbs that came into the English language prior to 900. To shake, shook, shaken. That's also being lost. I've heard people say shaked. Ugh, that sounds horrible to me. But that past tense is being lost. Not just shaken well, maybe even the shaken is being lost. And it's becoming a regular verb. But that'll take a little bit more time, because you still have enough people who say to shake, shook, shaken. To shoot, shot, shot. To show, also being lost. To show, showed. The past tense is already, the irregular past tense is already lost, because I think it used to be to show, shoe, shown, but you don't hear that shoe anymore. It's to show, showed, shown, and now you begin to hear showed for the past participle also. Okay, to sing, sang, sung. To sit, sat, sat. To sleep, slept, slept. Once again, prior to 900, some of the oldest verbs in the English language. To speak, spoke, spoken. To stand, stood, stood. To steal, stole, stolen. To swear, yeah, I guess that's an important verb. To swear, swore, sworn. To teach, taught, taught. Important to I already gave you to tell. To tell, told, told. I told you all about it, but I forgot to give you the endings. And to think, thought, thought. And to understand, understood, understood. Corrala Ficklin, CorralaFicklin.com.